friends the other day about the cooking class we took with you. And well, I say friends, they are friends, but they were guests at our hotel.
Yeah.
And they became friends. And I was telling them, and he was like, "What? Cooking class? Tell me all about it. I want to go there."
Yeah.
So with my husband and I said, we're going to put together what we're going to call Foodie Weeks. So people that are foodies, I mean, you're a true chef, but I like cooking. I'm not a chef, but I love cooking. And so similar to me and the people that came that day, nobody was a chef. And so he was so excited. So the Foodie Weeks, so you know, obviously, because you're going to be in it, the Restaurant Week. And so the Restaurant Week is actually 3 weeks in May. I think it's 2 weeks in May and 1 week in June. So I thought that would be the perfect time to do this because the Restaurant Weeks are such a good deal at the best restaurants, including yours. So we'll do some cooking classes. So some of the ideas I've had is maybe do the cooking class like we had, which was, I think there was 8 of us, and we could do more, but 8 of us, and you taught us how to cook. And that day it was chilies en nogada. And what really, really took me was, or what I really noticed was how passionate you were. I mean, I know you from the restaurant for how many years, since you opened, but I didn't know you were so passionate about cooking. I knew you liked it, but I didn't know you were so passionate. So the first thing I wanted to do is ask you about that passion. So you grew up in Acapulco, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm originally from a small town called Zacualpan. It's a state of Guerrero.
Okay.
It's between Acapulco and Zihuatanejo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you just kept moving up.
Moving up,
until
exactly.
you became maitre d' at Mark's.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you met Rita there because she was the chef.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tell your story. Tell me your story of how you hooked her.
Well, it took time, to get her together because she's always so shy, and then, but one day, I asked her because she loved chile rellenos.
Oh, wow.
So, and one day I said to her, "Hey, Rita, I got some, I make chile rellenos in my house. You wanna come join with me and we can eat some chile rellenos?" And then she said yes. And we went out, we went to a house, and then, we ate, and I think that's why I said to her, I wanna be with you, and, making like a family,
Yeah.
And I'm very happy with her, and, I think it's so proud to find that beautiful woman.
Yes. How many years have you been together?
Well, we've been 18 years already.
18 years. How beautiful.
Yeah, and then we have 2 beautiful. My daughter, she's 18.
Yeah.
We was turned 18, but my son is 8 years old.
He's 8 already.
Yeah.
Oh my
So.
goodness.
Yeah, but that's my history with her, and then we worked like many years on the restaurant, and then we decided to make our own restaurant. You know?
Cruz, like the business, and why you named it Masala, and what your vision was.
We decided La Cruz because we used to work with my brother-in-law, Enriquez. Used to be on the corner.
First restaurant I went to in La Cruz.
Yeah, well, we started with him doing breakfast, just breakfast. And then one day, the lady who owned this place, he came to Enriquez, and he said, offer this restaurant for Enriquez, move to here.
Right.
One day, Enriquez said, "Oh, Julio and Rita, I got some place. If you wanna run a restaurant, own the restaurant," and we said yes, we can.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, and then we came and see the property.
Yeah.
And it was okay, and then we decided to make our own restaurant. Yeah. And the name of Masala came because we making shrimp masala with sesames and all kind of stuff. Like people sometimes they say it's Indian restaurant, but we're not.
No.
So that's why in masala is flavors and taste.
Yes.
That's why we call masala.
Yes. I actually even wrote down here flavor. I wanted to know what the flavor of your restaurant was. So it's funny you use that word.
Yeah.
So if you were to invite somebody here, they didn't know anything about your restaurant, how would you explain your food?
I can say lots of flavors and lots of taste. That's my food is for people.
And so what I notice when I'm here, you always have something very local. We're a fishing community.
Yeah.
So you always have fishing. And I've actually seen you at the market buying fish.
Yeah.
So you go and purchase your own fish?
Oh yeah. We go. Well, when we start the restaurant, I get some time. I going every day.
Yes.
Every morning. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
Every morning to pick up my fresh fish and shrimp and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and I like to do every day also a special what they have on the fish market.
Yes.
Because sometimes they got some fresh red snapper,
My favorite.
fresh mahi mahi. There's locally shrimp right now. There's big prawns,
Oh, are they there now?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's why I get my fresh seafood.
Yes. Now, what's your favorite fish?
Well, I like tuna. My favorite.
Me too.
Yeah, my favorite fish is tuna. I like to. Very rare, and it's one of the, for me, it's one of the best fish.
Yes.
Even to cook,
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, in our foodie week, one of our fellas, he wants to, in your cooking class, he wants to us to go to the fish market and purchase fish, and he says, I want to do a different fish that I wouldn't know in Canada. What would you recommend?
Well, there is a different fish sometimes. But there's one of the best I really like is perico, parrot fish, yeah.
Oh, parrot fish.
Parrot fish, yeah. It's very beautiful and the meat is very white and very tender.
Oh.
It's to me when I cook that fish, it's like it's the same thing like when I cook lobster.
Yes.
It's very white meat, very tender. It's beautiful, yeah.
And is it in season in May?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Good. And what about pargo?
The pargo is really good, but sometimes it's not on the fish market.
Is pargo the one that's similar to swordfish?
No, it's different.
Okay.
It's different, yeah.
Okay.
It's, different texture of the meat,
Right. You learned how to cook through Rita and on your own. You didn't go to school.
Yeah, we didn't go to school. We just learned by.
Rita too didn't go to school?
No, no. She's been cooking since she was 13,
Right.
And then we just learned, by ourselves. It's we never been to school, but what we're doing it's a passion.
Yes.
It's like we come from our heart. It's we love to cook and we like to have people happy when they have food and that's
so that's the same as me. And it's interesting. I'm not going to open a restaurant, don't worry. But I do cook meals for our guests once a week. But it's interesting because that's why I say foodie as opposed to chef. I don't feel like I'm a chef. You are a chef. You do it as a profession. But it's interesting to me. I was telling somebody earlier that when I travel, I almost always find a place with a kitchen so that I can cook because I want to try the local dishes. And people think I'm crazy. Why would you cook on vacation? I love cooking. But that's one of the reasons for the Foodie Week is that people will come to our place. We do have opportunities to cook, as you know, but then they'll also come for the cooking class. So when I think of your passion, that day that we cooked, your passion was so evident the whole day. Everything you were doing, you were like just on fire. So when you think of that passion, what's your favorite thing to cook?
What my favorite thing to cook?
Yes.
Well, I don't have any like a favorite because everything I cook with passion. I can do a fish, I can do shrimp, I can do meat also.
So speaking of meat, your lamb and your pork chop, are my faves, you know that.
Yeah.
So the pork chop, don't give away your secrets, but it is so tender, and your lamb is the best.
Yeah.
So obviously somewhere along the line you said, this is how I'm going to learn to cook that.
Yeah, well, it's no secret, and I think in the kitchen, it's no secret. It's where you thinking is gonna be good, like you put little things where you think this is gonna work,
Yeah.
And that's what I do, you know.
Yes.
I can split, you know, my recipes because I don't want to get my, you know, I want people to say, oh, I got this from Julio
Yes.
restaurant and it's really good, you
Yes.
know. But I'm always telling people because sometimes people come and say, hey, Julio, how do you make this? You know, I want to, and I give you the recipe,
Yes.
you know, I don't mind, you know, because it's good to share, you know.
Yes.
People can do other places and they say, oh, this is I learned with Julio, you know.
Yeah.
This is, and I like that because
That's awesome.
this is that's what it is, you know.
Yes. Now, I always have the lamb chop, pretty much always.
Yeah.
But the last time we had, was it called a lamb steak?
Oh no, it was lamb T-bone.
Oh my goodness, that was so good.
It's really good, yeah.
Oh, so good. I loved it.
Yeah.
So when we did the cooking class, I loved your concept. You said around Mexico in the menu.
In the menu, yes, yeah.
So that day, we're going to do different ones for the next cooking class. But that day, you did, okay, so the drink was what?
Vampiro is called.
Like,
This
like
is from
vampire, right?
yeah, vampire, yeah.
Yeah, because it was near Day of the Dead.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
Vampino.
Vampiro.
Pido.
Piro.
Pido.
Yeah.
Okay. It was so good.
Yeah.
And so the concept of you guys
Yeah.
teaching us a drink at the beginning of the class is just so good.
Yeah.
And then we sipped it while we had our cooking class. And then I'm going to talk about wine in a minute, but we also ordered wine in our cooking class.
Yeah.
It was an additional to your price, of course, but that was nice to be able to sip a nice Mexican wine through our cooking class.
Yeah.
So that was nice. Then you made, because you're from the Acapulco area,
Yes.
you made Acapulco ceviche.
Ceviche, yeah.
Now that was different.
Well, it was different, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like a raw shrimp, you know.
Yeah.
It was a little cooked on the boiled water, you know.
I think that's what, I mean, it was so flavorful, but I think that's one of the things that maybe people that are nervous about having the raw shrimp, which is not really raw, it's cooked in lime, but they're nervous, and it made it so special. So then after that, we did chilies en nogada. And for those that don't know, chilies, well, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Chilies en nogada is a Mexican specialty served on Independence Day.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the season.
By the season. And then
This is
September 15th or something?
Yeah. Middle of August, September. That's the only 2 months of the season for the chilies. I'm sorry, for the
Nogada.
pomegranate.
Oh, it's because of the pomegranate.
The pomegranate and the nuez de Castilla.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the nuts.
The nuts, yeah.
And so the reason that it's called, it's for Independence Day is it has the 3 colors of your flag.
Exactly, yeah.
So the pomegranate is the red. The green is the chili. And the white is the sauce.
Is the nogada, yeah.
Oh.
The sauce, yeah.
So good. So I highly recommend. One of the weeks we're going to do that. We're going to do 3 different weeks. We're not sure yet what, but one of the weeks will be chilies en nogada. Then we did the rice pudding. Where was that from?
This is Mexico from, I think it's from the middle of Mexico, you know, the country.
Right.
Yeah.
And you served it to us hot and cold so we could experiment.
Yeah, well, there is a 2 way to eat the rice pudding. Yeah. You can like a warm or you can do like a cold, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
depend your how you feel, you know.
Yes.
Because when you eat in like, for example, like December, January, when it's a little, you know, cooler, you can eat warm.
Right.
But in the summer, you know, you can eat cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
good. So then, at the end, we had some mezcal. And can you explain to people the difference between tequila and mezcal?
Well, tequila is from Tequila, Jalisco, which is with the agave, blue agave. They make in the tequila, and mezcal is from the south of Oaxaca.
Right.
They make in the same agave, but some of them there's a wild agave, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, and then put on the oven like a cook, you know, with the firewood and all that.
That's why it tastes so smoky?
The smoky, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so this is the two different tequila and mezcal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we ordered wine through the dinner, which was nice. But I'm thinking of also that same week offering a wine tasting. People are shocked, as was I, that Mexico has phenomenal wines. I
Yeah.
never knew that. And so I know they're from via Guadalupe, but the one that we went to in Querétaro,
Querétaro.
you guys sent us to certain ones, and they were so good.
Oh yeah.
And is there one more region or just those two regions?
Well, there's another one.
That's the oldest one, the other one.
Yeah,
right?
the other one is from it's from Parras, Coahuila.
Where's that?
It's north of Mexico too,
Okay.
but it's like a little east.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
think you served us some of that recently, and that was so good.
It's
and
really-
I learned
yeah.
it was the oldest region of the wine regions.
Yeah.
So, because I'm so shocked about it, that one, there's such good wine regions, and there's so many types of wine, I thought maybe we could add to that week a wine tasting. And I know you have your beautiful wine tasting
Oh yeah,
room.
we can make it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
nice.
do you think about that?
Well, yeah, we can do like a tasting wine. You know, all Mexican. We can do from Querétaro also. There's a very good wine now, starting doing.
Yes?
Yeah, and from Valle de Guadalupe
Yes.
or Parras Coahuila, which is
Nice.
very nice wine. Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
definitely see. We'll
Now,
make
now I think the Mexican wine it's getting,
World renowned.
yeah, exactly, more popular also.
Yes.
Even Mexican people, they love, they starting drinking more wine.
Yes.
The young people, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to ask about do you have a favorite Mexican wine?
I like wine, but
Yeah.
I don't have any like
Yeah.
very spectacular wine. Like I like Cabernet,
Yes.
little stronger,
Yeah.
but yeah.
When I was,
But
the first one I ever tasted, the first one I ever learned about was
Yeah.
Casa Madero.
okay.
Did I say it right? Casa
Yeah,
Madero?
Casa Madero, yeah.
And so it's always a favorite because it was the first Mexican wine I tasted. But now there's so many, I just love them.
Oh yeah, there's 1,000, I think.
Yeah.
Of,
And good value.
Oh yeah. I think that's why I say now they grow up all the vineyard more wine.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, so we're going to do the cooking classes. We're going to do 3 or more. Depends on how much interest people have. What excites you about that?
What I said to.
What excites you? Why do you want to do it with us and with 8 or so people at a time?
I like to give my ideas to the people.
Yes.
I like to cook, to show how you making your nice food, especially when you have some guests.
Yes.
You want. Okay, I want to my house, bring some nice guests, and you can cook for them.
Yeah. Of them actually, and we hope that you'll come. Please
Yeah.
contact us. What excites you about that? Why do you want to have cooking classes in this beautiful restaurant?
I wanna the people feel like home.
Yes.
like they like. I can say like if you doing something good, you have to give it to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so true because I believe in my heart that whenever you do something with love, you're rewarded.
Yeah.
And there's not a question. Your food and Rita's food is with love. Every time we come in, we feel loved, not a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people love it. I love it, but I know other people do too. When you come out at the end of the night, you always talk to us and say hi. That's very nice.
I like to go because people say, "Oh, this is the chef,"
Yes.
He came and say, "Hey, how's everything?"
Yes.
So it's feel like to me, it's feel like you met the chef and chef came and say, "Hey, everything is good."
Yeah.
So it's like why I say personal. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
My guests that came, I think it was last Friday night, they were just so blown away. The chef came up at the end and said, "Ask me how my meal was."
Yeah.
And I didn't have the heart to say, "Oh, he does that every night." Because they felt so special.
Exactly,
That you did
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So what a gift you're giving people with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my. I love it,
Yes.
come out after working and say everything is okay, and because sometimes people, I like also when it's something wrong, I like to know because also people sometimes they left and they don't say nothing,
Yes.
because if you say, okay, Julio, this is it wasn't good today, and
Yeah.
and I have to thinking, say, what happened,
Because everybody has a bad day.
Exactly. Yeah. You never know. Nobody's perfect. So sometimes something wrong. On the plate.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't like. It wasn't like you respect.
Yes.
That's why I like to come out and say how's everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Now the other thing that's really interesting is the only day you take off is Tuesdays.
Yeah, boy, is it?
And I love your story. Tell me if I'm right. Because you have so many family restaurants in the area.
Yeah.
All the families take the same day off, and you guys have a family dinner every Tuesday. Is that correct?
It's correct. Yeah.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah, we're design, close on Tuesday, all the restaurant, because we like to go with the grandmom, Rita's mom, and making some little carne asada, and talking about restaurant, and that's good,
Well, what we know about Mexico is Mexico's about family and love, and you guys just exude that. Oh, so good.
It was a nice. Well, I think family is important,
Family's so important.
It's always, have to be good with them, give you some love, and it's part of the life,
Yeah, so nice.
Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to bring up is your restaurant. You renovated it this summer. Well, every summer you seem to do a little bit, right?
A little bit, yes.
But this summer you did extra. You built your own bar with your own hands.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful bar. We'll get pictures of that.
Yeah.
And then this new banquette, I just love. I think it's beautiful. You said it's like a wave.
Yeah.
Your new lights. Do you call those medicine lights?
Yeah.
They're beautiful. I love the new chairs. They're
new
so
chair, new
comfortable.
table, yes.
Oh, the tables. Oh, yes.
Yeah, the new table, yeah.
So beautiful. So when I think about promoting your place, which I do all the time.
Yeah, I know. Thank you very much. Yes.
I love this restaurant. What I really like is when I send my guests, not a word of a lie, my guests will always say, from Chicago, from New York, from Vancouver, Foodie Heavens, they say, this is the best restaurant we've ever been to. So it's such a compliment to you. So when we send people here, we send them for the good food. But today we're talking about Foodie Week, which we're going to do in May.
Yeah.
But the one other thing we didn't talk about, we talked about your great wines, but I don't think people know you actually sell wines. People can buy your wines. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even we have also a store right there.
Yes.
The people can come, and they can buy a wine and they go,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because here in Cruz is not many wine store,
Right, there's no option.
No option, exactly,
Yeah, so it's great to know we have that. And we send people here for that too. They'll say, I need a good wine, and this is where they come. Yeah.
Thank you,
That's nice. So I think I'm done with my questions. Is there anything else you'd like to share with people about your beautiful restaurant?
We like to be, one of the best restaurants in town,
Yes.
We always like to be, or we always like to create, nice dishes, different from the fish market,
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So I would say to people, come down to Masala and you're gonna love it,
You're gonna love it. I said
That's what I say, yeah. You're gonna love it, yeah.
Nice.
So thank you very much, Cindy, for this interview.
As we say in Mexico, salud.
All right, salud. Yes.
Very nice. Thank you very
gracias.
much. And I look very forward to our cooking classes.
Oh, thank you, We will do that,
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Gracias, amigos.
Gracias.